faster. We're going to put you on the Mercs team.
All right.
We're going to ask our host back there to drop one Merc from the game, someone of your choice. And then we'll actually make a class for you real quick. So you know what kind of gun you like?
I do. I am a big fan of the Commando. I mean, I like the fully automatic of the Commando, obviously.
Full auto?
I'll take the Scar.
All right, and then what kind of attachments you like?
I'm weighing my suppressor.
A suppressor?
Yes,
really?
sir. Yeah, I'm sorry. I like to be a little hiding on the map, you know.
Yeah? So that's how you are. You need an optic for that?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, that's it?
I'm good. I mean, if I got a second attachment I can throw on there, I might as well take I'll take a reflex.
You want a reflex?
Yeah.
All right, cool. And then let's clear that out. So in the Pick-10 system, you don't have to take anything. So we're actually going to ditch your secondary for the time being, and I actually want to load you up with some shock charges.
All right.
Clear that grenade out so we can spend some bonus points here. We're going to activate primary gunfighter so we can take a third attachment, fast meg, so you can reload that score.
Oh, awesome. So you're telling me by sacrificing my secondary, I can basically give myself a third attachment?
Yeah, so with the Pick-10 system, you take any 10 pieces of content of your choice, and you don't have to take content from a category. So in this case, what have we done here? We were actually sacrificing a lethal grenade, sacrificing your secondary, so you won't be able to switch to a secondary unless you pick one up from the ground. Right? And then we have primary gunfighter. That's a wild card. That allows us to extend the rules of the system. In this case, the extension is we get to take a third attachment. So we're really loaded up on some really great firepower here in your Custom 1 class.
Wow.
So when we spawn into that game, you want to take Custom 1. And really quickly, we're going to take a look at what score streaks you have here. We're going to clear them all. We'll give you a UAV, a hunter killer, and let's see if you're good enough to work your way up to that Hellstorm.
All right.
You think you got it?
I think I can.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to play some multi-team, it looks like.
All right.
So, GameSpot and Bond is our tag
This is
today,
awesome.
Yeah. So Express on Team Deathmatch right now. So tell me what you think.
I think I'm gonna be weighing this, but while I'm doing this, you want to look through some of these questions and see if you find one here from the audience?
Yeah, you give me one, and we'll try to answer some questions while you log some time, and I'll make fun of your gameplay.
All right, that's awesome. Wager matches. You guys got wager matches coming back?
Yeah, so they come back as a new mode that we call party games, but all those game modes that you know from wager matches are actually back. One in the chamber, sticks and stones, sharpshooter, gun game. They're all actually in the game, but they're called party games, and you can play them with your friends, and you're actually earning experience points, and they're helping you rank up.
Nice.
All right, let's see what you got. So now here you're playing multi-teams, so the best thing you need to do is you definitely want to work with your teammate here, hang with them so they can protect your back and your sides. And one of the great tactics in a multi-team scenario is to lock down an area of the map. So I don't know why. Take that shot. There you go. Making me nervous there.
There's a camera in the middle of the screen.
Yeah, that is true. Now, if you guys can't see this at home, but there is a nice, apparently high-def cannon right in the middle of our field of view, which makes it slightly difficult.
Just put the camera on the bad guy, right?
Yeah, but but that's a big screen, so you got to be all right.
It's true. I do have a big screen like this at home, so this is very similar to my experience at home.
I'm sure you do. You have a 100-inch plasma
TV. It's 82
TV.
actually.
82? Yeah.
Oh man,
that's
bad news. Obviously they're taking it easy on me.
You think so?
A little bit.
All right. Well, they don't want you to. They want to warm you up really well.
Embarrass me in front of everybody. Let's see. Where did my two dudes go?
Yeah, so you got your mini map up. You can see the two triangles. So you'll see that we try to spawn you with your multi-team teammates in Team Deathmatch if we can and can do it safely. So that's why you spawn, why Fido there spawn real close to you. And see now, what's happening to me is you guys are spread, and I would regroup as soon as you can to kind of stay successful.
All right.
But you're not doing bad. You're down by, it looks like 9 kills or so.
Oh, wow.
Oh. Murdered by T.A. Bobo. He's got it out for you. That's a medal that you see pop up, the Savior medal and the Survivor medal. So you actually saved your teammate from taking a lot of damage, and the Survivor medal because you took a lot of damage yourself. So those medals that come up in the center of your screen at the top of your HUD when you're watching at home, those are actually how you know you're getting extra experience. There's a double kill, there's a triple kill medal, there's actually a quad kill medal, and on up to a large number that exceeds actually 9 medals. So medals is how you can really tell that you're earning experience points. When you're playing normally, any previous game to this one, that number in the center of your HUD, that's actually experience, but in Black Ops it's your score. So we needed to make sure you understood that you were earning extra experience, and we do that with the actual medals. What do you think? You're
keep talking.
You're zoned out, right?
Man, you guys been. I mean, that's one of the questions that instantly come to mind. It's like, I mean, I've always thought about this, about all these games, especially Call of Duty, when you got so many different variables. Like, how do you balance all of it?
Yeah, very carefully and deliberately. There's a lot of stuff going on here. When you got over 500,000 classes that people could spin up in a heartbeat, it's important to get that right. We actually spend a lot of time figuring out sort of where things fit in their power band, and then sliding them around. And we do a lot of data logging, and we do a lot of measurement, and we use a lot of math. And you combine that with the sort of the emotional reaction of what it's like to play. And between those two things, you can get pretty close to, where it's at. Pretty happy with where the game tuning is right now. Of course, when the game gets out into the wild and several million people play it, things may change for us. We're not afraid to make changes, and we will make changes if we need to.
No, it sounds like you've been busy. I mean, I don't know that a lot of people before today, if they're watching this, knew exactly how much you guys had actually moved it around. I mean, just the 10 item business there that we saw you doing in terms of getting me another attachment is kind of crazy.
I just think it's really interesting to be able to make sacrifices to kind of double and triple down on a particular type of play style or score. So when we took Primary Gunfighter there, we're just kind of reinforcing the SCAR along the way. But making trade-offs for it. I mean, I know people who never throw their secondary grenades, never throw their primary grenades. We know people who never actually even ever switch their secondary ever. So, just ask ourselves that really interesting fundamental question. If you could trade it or not use those things, what would you do with it? And that's where we kind of got to these things.
And
now this map is Express, and it's actually one of the very first truly symmetrical maps. I mean, if you walk from side to side, you'll realize how similar they are. We think that'll make it a really good competitive map. At least we're hopeful that it will. And, this is definitely fiction here, because if LA has a high-speed train by 2025, I would be shocked. But that would be sweet, because I live here.
That would be pretty awesome. I think Governor Brown would totally love that for that to happen.
We walked right into that grenade. It was up there for like a good 5,000 minutes.
Let's try to pay attention to what you're saying.
I wouldn't do that.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Oh, man.
Do you want to try this right now when we're talking?
I don't know, man. Your KD's no good. I know it's actually really hard to play, and it's really hard to play and talk at the same time for sure.
Let's see how you do. While you are doing that, I'm gonna throw a couple more of these questions from our audience. Of course, if you're watching, Cynthia and our folks in the chat are picking up your guys' questions. Get them over here, and we will throw them over here at Treyarch. Will Nuketown Zombies be available for DLC at a later date?
Could never say. I mean, anything could go, but right now it requires, to have that special edition. So I would never say never. It's a business thing, though. It's not really a design thing or a development thing. So we'll, man, I gotta learn to aim.
Whatever.
I'm gonna have to bet. Oh, what is he doing here?
Look at that.
He's just trying to embarrass me. You're right. It is hard to play and talk at the same time.
I've got I do have my care package. I mean, as soon as I saw that, by the way. So obviously, there's two things I will say. Like one is that that package that came with the RCXD the first time around was awesome, right?
Yeah.
And then when you guys showed off,
got the Dragonfire in the collector's edition.
So have you flown that thing?
Yeah, I do. I have two of them.
Is it awesome?
I love it. I actually think it's really fun.
Is it? Yeah. All right.
It's pretty accessible. There goes the bullet train right there. So this is actually suicide if I run into it. Yeah.
Get your scraping on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see. I got another question from our folks watching. Is there a hardcore equivalent to all multiplayer game types?
Well, in the public playlist, not every game mode is available in a hardcore configuration, but in custom games, it's definitely available. So you can play any game mode in hardcore. Yeah, thanks for killing me, QA. Just making me look bad. Way to go.
Here's a pretty interesting question. I know the answer, but I will ask. Can you select a different score streak layout for each class?
No, you cannot. It's actually the one set regardless of the number of classes you have. And that was a pretty deliberate design decision we made. And the decision really comes because when you're dealing with create a class and pick 10, if you have score